Danny Rand, or the Iron Fist, is a man with incredible martial arts skills and the ability to channel his chi, giving him enhanced speed, strength, toughness, and reflexes. Danny was raised in the mystical realm Kunlun after both his parents died as a result of the actions of his father's partner. He trained and studied with the goal of avenging the deaths of his parents. With his powers, he returned to Earth to take on the mantle of the Iron Fist, fighting alongside superheroes like Luke Cage as Power Man and Daredevil. That's all pretty well known, but there are some facts about Iron Fist that you may not know. I'm Ron Mackenzie Lafergie with Top 10 Nerd, and here's my list of top 10 surprising facts about the Iron Fist. First off, you may have heard about the whitewashing controversy surrounding the Iron Fist, and it's a pretty interesting discussion where both sides have valid points. On the one hand, Iron Fist is white in the comics, so it totally makes sense that he'd be played by a white guy. However, many argue that Danny's story is an example of an overused trope referred to as the mighty whitey trope, where a white guy visits a foreign land, becomes their champion, and is given some sort of gift or power. And many who claim that the show is whitewashed believe that the original comics were off base in using this trope and that Netflix should have corrected this by casting an Asian person in the role. I'm kind of on the fence with this one. I think both sides make good points. It's not that Marvel Studios actively whitewashed the role, they merely chose not to fix what many people consider to be a problem with the original comic. One suggestion that I think had the most legs was to cast an Asian American in the role, allowing Danny to keep his American backstory while giving a lead role to a member of a group that is terribly underrepresented in leading roles. That said, I harbor no ill will towards Marvel for their decision, since pretty much any choice they made would spark controversy one way or another. Number 9. Ironically, just 3 years after the creation of Iron Fist, which, as I said, is now viewed by some as having somewhat racist undertones, Iron Fist helped to break down racial prejudice. Danny Rand participated in the first interracial kiss between superheroes when he kissed Misty Knight in 1977. Even in the 70s, this was a pretty big deal. Number 8. Danny Rand once took the guise of Daredevil. Don't worry, he didn't actually cast aside the Iron Fist mantle for that of Daredevil. He just pretended to be the Scarlet Swashbuckler to throw police off the scent when Matt Murdock was suspected to be Daredevil. This led to some confusion with Murdock going after Rand, but when Matt Murdock realized what had happened, he enlisted Rand to continue with the ruse in order to help solve a fairly significant murder. After this, the two worked together more frequently. Number 7. Danny Rand is not the first Iron Fist. Although he's the main Iron Fist in the comics and the upcoming Netflix series scheduled to release on March 17th, Danny is actually the 66th Iron Fist, with the most recent being Orson Randall, who trained with Danny's father. The Iron Fist has historically been the protector of Kunlun, but Rand tends to prefer protecting cities on Earth after leaving Kunlun. Number 6. Wendell Rand, Danny's father, almost became the Iron Fist. Wendell was told about Kunlun by Orson Randall, the previous Iron Fist, when they were training together in Nepal. Wendell made it to the mystical city and saved the lives of Ut, the Lord of Kunlun, as well as his son, Nuan. Ut allowed Wendell to train with Lei Kun. Wendell earned the right to challenge Shu Lao the Undying, a dragon guarding the molten heart that carries the power of the Iron Fist, by defeating his friend and training partner Davos. However, before Wendell challenged the dragon, Davos challenged Shu Lao without permission and was terribly beaten nearly to the point of death. When Wendell saw what had happened to his friend, he decided not to take the final test and left Kunlun. Number 5. I've mentioned Kunlun a lot, but do you know what exactly it is? Some mistakenly think Kunlun is just a city in Tibet, but it's actually one of the 7 capital cities of heaven, which simply appear on the earthly plane from time to time. Every 88 years, all 7 cities converge, creating the heart of heaven. Here, a tournament is held where each city offers up a champion, with the winning city earning the right to return to the earth plane every 10 years. If you know the Iron Fist, you probably know that he can use his chi for many things, including healing himself. But did you know that Danny Rand actually used his chi powers to cure himself of cancer? At the end of the first Heroes for Hire era, Rand contracts cancer from radiation poisoning. After returning to Kunlun, he is kidnapped by the extra-dimensional Hild-3, and a doppelganger is sent to Earth in his place. Later, however, Danny escapes and returns to Earth, and it is revealed that he succeeded in curing his cancer using his chi. Number 3. Danny Rand participated in the Civil War, but not as the Iron Fist. Danny was actually still pretending to be Daredevil at the time. He was against the idea of registration, so Danny was Team Cap. Boo. It's not surprising that given his past he wouldn't want to answer to anyone, but Iron Fist is so cool, I wish he was Team Tony, because Team Tony for life. Yeah! Danny seemed to enjoy being part of a larger team, joining the Secret Avengers and later joining the New Avengers with his buddy Luke Cage. They're the two best friends that anybody could have. Number 2. Danny Rand comes from a rather wealthy family, but unlike Tony Stark or Bruce Wayne, his wealth had nothing to do with him becoming a superhero. Once he was already the Iron Fist, however, the money certainly helped to free him up to fight crime. Crime fighting is somewhat harder when you're working a 9 to 5 to pay the bills. Number 1. Iron Fist was created in response to the martial arts craze that took America by storm in the 1970s. With the release of Fist of Fury in 1972, Kung Fu became highly popular all over North America. Comic fans were looking for more heroes who fought like Bruce Lee. By adding the Chi element, Iron Fist became more than a martial artist. He was a superhero. When Iron Fist paired up with Luke Cage as Power Man, they created Heroes for Hire, a rock'em sock'em fighting and martial arts duo. So I guess we have Bruce Lee to thank for Iron Fist. That's it for today. Did you like the video? Hit like. Want to see more? Slap the subscribe button. If you have any suggestions for future videos, let us know in the comments down below. Did I miss anything cool? Are you Team Cap for whatever reason? Let me know in the comments or hit me up on social media. It's all linked down below. In the meantime, I'm Ron Mackenzie Lafergie with Top 10 Nerd. Later, Gators.